Welcome back to Casual Sports Takes. These are my NFL Week 4 predictions. Kicking things off, we have the Jags versus the Falcons at a home game for the Jags in London. They're 3.5-point favorites. Both of these teams are coming off losses last week. Jags lost by 20 to a division rival at home, and the Falcons got held to 6 points versus the Lions. Both teams need a win. I just trust Trevor Lawrence a lot more than I trust Desmond Ridder. I think Jacksonville will, if they don't figure out their red zone struggles, I could see them easily losing this game, and they need to be able to stop that run game. But like I said, I trust Trevor Lawrence a lot more than I trust Desmond Ridder. So give me the Jags to win outright and cover the spread. Next, we have Bills versus Dolphins in Buffalo. Now, this is a game, I don't know why it's a noon game. I would much rather it be the primetime game, but we settle for what we get, and the Bills are 3.5-point favorites. I don't like this at all. I know they're at home, which is, you know what? It's fair, but I think it should be like a 1.5 point spread. Give me the Dolphins, though, to win this game. Both these teams are on a roll. It's just the Dolphins, their offense looks unstoppable. I could see the Bills definitely holding them back from scoring a bunch of points. I could see them keeping them under 30. It's just that I don't see the Bills outscoring the Dolphins somehow. Whatever the Bills end up holding them to, I just see the Dolphins slightly outscoring the Bills, whatever that may be. So give me the Dolphins to win and to cover the spread. And they got the Panthers as 4.5 dogs at home. I don't know, guys. No, it's totally fair. The Vikings have been in every game they've lost, and they should have won multiple of those games. The fact that that offense has so many turnovers, and yet it's all one-score games, it's crazy. We saw it last year. They won 11 one-score games. This year, they've lost all 3. Kirk Cousins leads the league in passing yards, and I'm pretty sure Justin Jefferson is number 2 in receiving yards, and somehow they've won 0 games. They have to win this game, and I have faith that they will. I don't see them losing this game in any scenario, even though Bryce Young is back. So give me the Vikings and to cover the 4.5 spread. Oh my, and it just keeps getting better and better. We have another battle of the winless teams, Bears versus Broncos. This game, I feel like, is much more likely to end in a tie. I don't believe in Russ or Justin Fields, but they're both cooking something up, I'm sure, because someone's got to get a win here, right? Somebody's got to get a win. It's not going to be gourmet, but somebody's cooking ramen without the water. Now, the Bears are at home, and I was just going to pick the home game to win this game. If you really think about it, and if I really think about it, Denver needs to win this game. The Broncos need this win immensely. Everybody knows what the Bears are. They know they suck. But on the other hand, you have Sean Payton, and he was just dogging all over the old head coach, saying that it was his fault. And he was like, "Oh, I could come in here. I could fix Russell Wilson. I could make this Broncos team really something here, boys." You haven't. You guys got 70 dropped on your head last week. And if you lose to the Bears and you break their losing streak of 13 games, you might be the worst coach in the league with the worst team in the league. No, not might be. You will be. So although I do not like taking Russ in my weekly picks, give me Russ, but give me the Bears to cover the spread. Texans Steelers is an interesting game. I think people are a little high on the Texans, and I think people are a little low on the Steelers. The Steelers played 2 really, really good defenses in the Browns and the Niners to kick things off to start the year. Although the Steelers did win the game against the Browns, it was no thanks to their offense, and they got their butts kicked by the Niners. I think this is a little different. Texans don't have that kind of defense, and I think we'll see a lot of what we saw last week continue to happen with Kenny Pickett getting a little bit more comfortable, getting better. Also, that Pickett to Pickens connection, I think we're about to see that thing shine this game. But I feel it, I tingle in my groin, if you will. But on the other side, CJ Stroud, I think he's 5th in passing yards this year. Hasn't thrown an interception yet. I think that ends this week against the Steelers defense. Maybe not. I hope it doesn't. I hope he goes all year without an interception. I just feel like it might end this game just because people are starting to talk about it. There's whispers, there's murmurs. There's like, oh God, CJ Stroud hasn't thrown an interception. Can he even throw an interception? Does he know what that is? Yeah, I think maybe when you start talking about things, kind of how people started talking about the Cowboys defense and then they got dog walked by the Arizona Cardinals. I think when you start talking about things, they fall apart. Hopefully that's not the case for CJ Stroud. Hopefully he's just good and he shows that Sunday. But regardless, I have the Steelers to win this game, but Texans keeping it close and keeping it within a respected 3 points. This is one of my top 3 games of the week right here. Colts, Rams. I'm excited to see AR back out there. I've watched both the games he started in. He's a very exciting player to watch, which on the other hand, obviously hasn't been working out for him. Considering he just got out of concussion protocol, he's been injured both games he's played, and he just didn't even play one. So I'm very excited to see him back here. I don't like them being favorites. I'm with Pat McAfee here. I do not like them being favorites over Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Super Bowl winners 2 years ago. I'm not a fan of that because this Colts team, I don't think this Colts team has earned that respect, but I like the Colts to win this game for no other reason than I just think Anthony Richardson's going to go out there and ball out. Now, if he stays healthy the whole game, I could see him getting another 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns. The over-under on this is 45.5. I could see it going over easily. And it's also in Indianapolis. So I'm going to take the Colts, even though Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, I see you guys. I hope Pookie Bear pops off this game. I'm a believer. But give me the Colts to win the game and cover the 1-point spread. Saints Bucks. I have no idea if Derek Carr is actually going to play this game. I know that he has a shoulder injury and he's taking it day by day, but I'm not sure if he's playing. And if he's not, I would definitely take the Bucks in this situation. I was taking the Bucks regardless. So let me just say, give me the Bucks. Baker Mayfield had a down game versus the Eagles, but he had 2 really good games before that. And I think he'll just hop back on track here. We saw what happened last week with the Packers. They came back from 0-17 in the fourth quarter. If the Saints got Jameis Winston starting this game, guys, give me the Bucks to win this game pretty easily, actually. This is an interesting one. Commanders just got blown out by the Bills, like absolutely blown out. I believe it's 37-3. And the Eagles are undefeated, although Jalen Hurts looked a little shaky last week, throwing 2 picks, 1 touchdown. Shaky game, but still, yeah, he had 3 touchdowns. So, like, how bad was the game really? But the Commanders did end their streak last year. Their 8 or 9 win. I think it was an 8-game win streak or a 9-game win streak. But can they do it again? I don't think so. I don't think it's the Commanders' time. As much as I'm not really sure it is the Eagles' time still, and I don't think they're going to have a massive undefeated streak this year. Considering they play the Dolphins week 7, I think they lose that game, or at least it's very, very close. But they have some tough games coming up. Sam Howell got sacked 9 times last week. Yeah, good luck against that Eagles pass rush, dude. You are about to get freaking cooked. You're going to be on your back staring at the sky more than you're going to be on your feet staring down the field. So give me the Eagles and to cover the 8.5-point spread. With the Titans Bengals, I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow's back. Bengals are going to Tennessee, baby, and they're 2.5-point favorites. They had a close game against the Rams on Monday Night Football, but they ended up getting their first win of the season, and the Titans got their backs blown out by the Browns. I'm not really going to talk about this one too much. The Titans have Derrick Henry, and that's pretty much it. Ryan Tannehill is doing pretty much nothing for that team in terms of quarterback play. And honestly, I'm expecting to see Will Levis start at some point here in the near future. So give me the Bengals. Give me them on the road in Tennessee to cover the 2.5 spread. And we get ourselves a little divisional game here. Chargers are 5.5-point favorites at home, and I do like that. I think Justin Herbert finally got his first win last week after putting up freaking numbers, dude. Like, throwing for 450 yards pretty much. He had an insane game versus the Vikings last week on the road, and now he's at home. Oh, we're letting Jay Herbie cook, okay? As much as I don't believe in Staley, and I don't really believe in Kellen Moore as an offensive coordinator either, I believe in that quarterback, and I believe in that team. I know Mike Evans is out. They got their running back 1 out, but they still got a lot of weapons. You know, with or without Jimmy G, I think this is a pretty easy win for the Chargers. So give me them and to cover the 5-point spread at home. Oh, this is getting a little deja vu, getting a little flashbacks from this one. 49ers Cardinals. The Niners are 14-point favorites in this game. The Cowboys were, I believe, 12.5 or 13-point favorites in their game versus Arizona, and we saw them lose by 12 points. I don't think this will be anywhere close to the same thing. I think the 49ers will actually cover the spread on this one. Surprise, surprise. Although Josh Dobbs is playing really great, and that Arizona Cardinals team is much better than anyone thought they would be going into the season. Although I do think the Niners cover the spread here. This is no disrespect towards the Cardinals. This is purely because the Niners are just that much better of a football team. Jets, Chiefs, this is going to be another blowout. Chiefs are going to run the ball down that Jets defense. They're not even as good as people thought they were going to be going into the season. And I think the Cowboys kind of showed that when they threw 30, when they put 30 up on them and they couldn't even score a touchdown. For about 3 hours, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the Jets daddy. He's going to do what he wants with that team. This Chiefs defense is pretty legit. And I don't see Zach Wilson scoring a touchdown this game. I'm thinking 3 to 35. 3 to 35. I'm not doing points predictions for every game, but I'm giving one for this one. So give me the Chiefs on the road to cover the 8.5-point spread. Okay, I had this at the end of the video, so if it sounds a little different, my apologies, but we're going to one take it because my eyes are bleeding from editing this video. But we got Cowboys and Patriots. Patriots are going over to Dallas. It is the homecoming return of Ezekiel Elliott. Is he going to cook or is he going to get cooked? I honestly think he'll have a decent game, but I don't really think it's about that. This is more of a redemption game for Dallas after that tragic loss to the Cardinals last week. I don't think they're going to underestimate the Patriots at all. Bill Belichick's defense. I think they're going to do what they can, go in and get the job done, and they're going to cover the spread. I think it's 6.5 points right now. It dropped a little bit since the last time I looked, but yeah, I think they get the job done pretty handily. And last but not least, we have the Ravens playing the Browns. I'm not sure who the home game is, but all I know is Nick Chubb is out, arguably the Browns' best player, and their defense has looked really, really good these past few weeks. They've had, I believe they've kept teams to 6 and 3 points, something around that, but they've kept two teams very, very low scoring out of the first 3 games of the year. And I'm not sure if they can do it again, but Ravens do have a lot of starters out still. I think they get a couple O linemen back for this game, and I think it'll be enough to put them over the edge considering the, like I said, the Nick Chubb injury for the Browns. I think the Ravens offense will be able to overcome that Browns defense just enough to squeak out a victory. So give me the Ravens. Whatever the spread is, I'm taking it. I'm all in on the Ravens. Browns, great defense, but the offense, Deshaun Watson, not looking very good at all. And now for Monday Night Football, we got Seahawks and Giants. It's a 1.5 point spread. Seahawks are favored on the road. I could see this being a decent game, honestly, just because it's Monday Night Football. But I think the Seahawks are a way more physical team. They have a lot more talent. Geno is far better than Danny Dimes, at least in my opinion. And I feel like that's pretty universally accepted. The Seahawks have scored 37 points in both of their last 2 games. I don't see the Giants outscoring them at all, and I don't see them holding this team back from scoring. So give me the Seahawks and to cover the 1.5 point spread on the road. So those are my NFL Week 4 picks, guys. Let me know down below who you would have picked, because I'm sure we got some different opinions here. So let me know down below. Sound off in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.